So welcome to the new YouTube series in which we are going to give you all those new and advanced technologies and all those concepts which is related to data science. And already in my previous lecture I have covered many of them, but still data science is such a field in which you have need to remain update day to day basis, and there are lot of technologies and changes happening, lot of programming, lot of new models, lot of developments are happening, and those are specifically happening in NLP area. It's natural language processing. So in the data science there is already a tremendous growth in all those takes means structured data. What is structured data? Those data can be in the table format, numeric format, and all those. So that is the structured data, but NLP is a part of unstructured data. So in that, in the past there was no such development because there were so many errors such as semantic relationship, or if there are large paragraph or large books and all those, then context issue was happening. So in that lecture series I am going to tell you all those NLP methods from basic to advanced, NLP concepts from basic to advanced means from fair to up to what. Look, for machine learning or computer, they just want all those things into the numerical format or into the vector format. Machine only understand all those numerical data, so we have to convert all those sentences or all those unstructured data into the structured one. So for that there are various types, so I am going to tell you all those one by one. So first one, it's a traditional, or it's now become a past, though so many are using this one, and this one is the latest one. So I have just given all those names just for your understanding. So what happens in the previous time, if you want to convert all those text data into the number, there were, in the machine learning you can use various types of encoding. So those are nothing but the encoding. It's a very simple one. So encoding will what convert, it will convert text data into the numerical one. So there are various types of encoding, such as very simple one and basic one is the one hot encoding. I will give you example of one hot encoding. Suppose there is a sentence, I love India. Then in the one hot encoding, what will happen, there will be, it will going to create a sparse matrix. Whatever number of words, it will going to create that number of columns. I love India means it will create 3 columns, I love India, and in that it will going to assign one number for that particular column, and for remaining rows it will going to assign 0. Similarly here that pattern also happen, I love India. Okay, so whenever I comes, it will going to become 1. Whenever love comes, it becomes 1. Whenever India comes, it becomes 1. So in that way machine learning will going to create sparse matrix. It's called a sparse matrix, and it will going to do a one hot encoding. Again, suppose if there is a categorical data, then how it will going to handle all those. Suppose there is a data between high, low, medium, or male, female, means there should be some relation. Then that time we use best one is the label encoder. It's label encoder. So what label encoder will be going to do, it will going to create a relationship. Suppose it's man, it's woman, or female. then it will going to give 1 as a man and 0 as a woman. So whenever all those sentences or word contains man, then that time it will going to, that word will going to give a one number, and for women 0. Similarly, low, medium, high, based on its strength. For low we will going to give 1, for medium we will going to give 2, and for high we will going to give 3. So in this way, simple way, we can create all those. But there were a lot of issue in that encoding, such as that suppose if there is a one sentence or there is a one paragraph which contains, or one book or letter which contains 100 or 10,000 letters, then imagine you have need to create 10,000 rows and all those columns, and you have need to assign all those value. So it will going to create a huge lot of memory issue and remembering issue. So in that case, one hot encoding is not applicable. And if there is a no relationship between any text data and all other words, then label encoding also fail. Still, suppose if you want to do a encoding for that, then in so many interview questions they will going to definitely ask how you will going to do. Suppose there are 10,000 or only categories, how you will going to handle all those. So in that best cases, you can give different types of criteria. First one is select the max categorical value from that given data. Or suppose you have 10,000 all those sentences and all, classify all those sentences or rows in such a way that it will going to reach minimum at least 100 or 50. Classify them into the major categories, and once again apply for those categories encoding. So there are various methods. Then there are medium type of embedding and all those. Please see for those details, but that is the best one answer. So this is a very simple and common way of machine learning. Now we came towards the next part. Here we want to give actually how is the relation of words with to the another words. It's not like it should not be a male, female, or high, low, medium. If there is some relation such as queen, king, then worker, then parts we can master, slave, boy, girl, cricket, football. Suppose in that case, if you want to give which word a particular number, then above method will not going to work very well. Hence, for that a new approach is emerged, and that approach is called as bag of words. So bag of words is nothing but it will contain all those words in a particular bag, or in a particular what we can call documents. So how bag of words will be given to importance all those words. In the bag of words, suppose there are 3 sentences. First one is I love India. Second one is I want a tea. And third one is India is great country. India is a great country. Then in that case, by using the bag of words, how you will going to do all those analysis and how you will going to do classification or numerical representation. So what happens here, it will going to create a matrix, sparse matrix, and here it will going to take a maximum length of all those sentences. So first sentence, second sentence, third. First sentence contains the 3 letters, second contains the 4 letters. So it will going to create 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth one is the, I will tell, it's called OOV. So what happens here now, for first sentence, for second sentence, for third sentence, it will going to count how many times I words repeated in all those three sentences. So I word is repeated 3 times. So here count will be I 3. Then how many times low word repeated? It's 1 time. Then India, how many times repeated? It's 2 times. Then I wanted T. Then how many times T repeated? Only 1 time. India is a greater country. How many times great is repeated? 1 time, and country is also 1 time. But what happens? What is out of vocabulary words? It will going to take only words up to a specific length, only up to the 3 lengths, and words which are not coming into the majority of the sentences, those words are become the out of vocabulary word. So the bag of word is very simple, but it has a very lot of drawbacks. But for your simple creation of model, or for your simple word embeddings, you can definitely use it. So this is a bag of words. So based on the count of frequencies, so what happens here, the word which is repeated much number of times, for that word we have given more emphasis. So here I will become more important, then low word become next to it, and the words which have lesser frequency, those words become the less important. So those are the drawbacks of bag of words. So what are drawbacks? Out of vocabulary issue, there is no semantic relation or meaning, semantic meaning. Then it cannot capture contextual meaning, cannot capture contextual meaning. Okay, and more emphasis given to more words, majority word, which is not good. So to overcome that drawback of bag of words, what happens? A new method has been came, and it's called second method, tfidf. So in the next lecture I will going to tell you about that one. So stay tuned channel, and if you have any doubt or issue, please ask me.